Okay, so my mailbag. I just recorded some this morning and my mail arrived today. So it missed the last mailbag video, but as you can see, it's all from RS, which means it's likely to be capacitors. I'm waiting for parts for that Fluke 343A, so I'm hoping these are the parts I'm waiting for. Okay. Good question. 250 volt, 220 UF. Okay. One. What was I waiting for? 80 UF and something. Got what values I was waiting for now. There you go, 82 UF, 450 volt, great. That's some of the ones I need. There's 5 in there. I think I needed 6. I don't remember. Anyway, there's 5 in there. Great, that's some of the parts I'm waiting for. I'm pretty sure that's for that as well. So I've got to be careful how I get these out. I don't want to see my invoice with my address on it. I'd like to keep some privacy. Just have a look at the invoice and this one, just actually be easier than trying to put the parts on it. What do you got? Uh, 330 UF, 50 volt. Ah, cool. Oh, they're not axial. They're not axial parts. Maybe I couldn't find axial. It says radio on the invoice. They're all the wrong part. I may have done. Damn it! I wanted axial. Right. Both the same? I think so. Yeah. And 0.47 UF 100 volt. That's the stock. Here we go. I did all the right ones. I must have got those for stock then. I don't remember half the stuff I buy. So 330 UF, 63 volt. These are also for that unit. So it looks like I might have all the parts. It was 200. Let's get this out of here. I'm trying to get the parts I need. I need to double check this. I've got a feeling I've got something wrong. Well, they only didn't tell me enough. 220 UF, 250 volt. Look how small that is. I have to look at that again too. As you can see, it's pretty small. So let's just have a look. What am I waiting for? All the ones with ticks, the ones I've replaced already. Ones with dots, the ones which I was going to replace or undotted. So 80, 80, 80, 80. It's 4, 5, 6. I need 6 80s. I've got 5. And a 200. Okay, so that is obviously what I was going to use in there, because that's low voltage rating. It's supposed to be 250 volt rating on the actual unit. The other ones are 400. Damn it! I need 6 of them, not 5. Look how small these are. They're like a third the size of the originals. Incredible. Now these are not my normal preferred brand. These are made in China. I hope they're right. 85 degree rated, but that's what I could get, so you know, it will have to do. Was it called Worth Electronic? I don't know. Are they any good? Maybe someone can tell me if they think they're any good or not. Anyone's had a bad experience with them? But for the voltage and the capacity I needed and that pin spacing, yeah, I didn't really have a lot of choice. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, made in China is not necessarily bad. It could still be good quality. You know, you do get different variations in quality from different places, so it may or may not be an issue. But you know, I'm hoping they're not. So I've got about half an hour spare. I could possibly look at replacing some of those caps. We shall see how we go. Stock parts to replace. Right, that's enough for this part of the mailbag. Obviously there'll be more added on, like in that bit, or yeah, there'll be more coming. So that's not it for now. You know how I had to add bits on. So catch you later for now, and yeah, there'll be more. Right, so I've got a bit of a mailbag to do, a bit more. A couple more things to turn up today. I think these are things we're waiting for, so I'm going to open them now instead of building up a few. So let's see how we go. I suspect I'm actually getting a bit sick because my throat is feeling a bit odd today. Feeling very dry. Oh, okay. These aren't quite what I thought they were, but that's alright. Just some more test adapters, which are very noisy to get into. God. Yeah, so you got binding posts with a BNC adapter, and yeah, so you got 4mm banana plugs in there as well. So this, you know, the other partner parts for what I was looking for the other day. Yeah, both the same. So they can go in my drawer as parts. Well, when I do my test gear stuff. It's one of the things. No, I was hoping there's something else, but let's see what's in here. Okay, binding posts for hopefully, or potentially, the Fluke 343A. So these are the ones I purchased locally. I think I might keep these bags and put these in them actually. Yeah, that shaft looks about the same size as the one that's on the 343A. Now what worries me about these things is that you have to go through a hole in the chassis, right? There's not really much there to stop these things from moving, to actually make sure I don't touch the chassis. Yeah. So you've got banana plug, wire terminal. This doesn't come right off. That may or may not be an issue. But it means they don't come off and get lost. So yeah, that's not that bad, I suppose. And it's got a face on there. Or just a washer in it. I don't know. Yeah, it's got faces on there, so that's okay. Yeah, it's alright. They look adequate. These could do the job. That's the black ones. Here's a green one. Strangely, the green ones are cheaper. Yeah, go figure. Even though you think they'll sell less of them. So, yeah, they're exactly the same. I don't like the fact it's got a black base though. I would have thought they'd colour coordinate. I suppose it makes it cheaper. Okay. But this is the one where it really throws it. In green you can't get away with it. But when you got a black base with red, that just doesn't seem right, does it? I don't know. It's probably just me being fussy, but yeah, they're all the same. I mean, they seem okay. Quality seems alright. They don't have to hold much current on the particular job I'm looking at. So I think functionally they're fine. So whether or not they can be correctly shielded from the body of the unit, that's all I'm really worried about. So anyway, so that's those. We'll see. I may or may not use them. I'm waiting for the ones from China to turn up as well, and we'll see how those end up turning out. If they're supposed to be better than these, I think, but it's going to be come down to. I mean, these look fine, but it's going to come down to which ones fit best. I think that's what it's going to end up being. So this is some J cars and this bit of flyers. Anyway, that's enough of that. So, right, time for a bit of mailbag. So I've got a few items here, and we'll see what we've got. Okay, 8963 100 pieces. Yeah, okay. I think they're surface mount caps. I don't know. I'll have to check my purchase history. Dear, what's in this one? If I can find the ends. There, okay, it's upside down. Right. So it seems. Okay, 3 new BNC cables. I've been running a bit low on them because I've been using them for various things, and one of my projects I want to do at the moment is to do my rubidium standard, put it into a proper box and hook that up to my gear permanently and just have it running. Especially now it's getting colder, goes into winter, you get a bit more temperature change, so it gets a bit more unstable for the frequency generation. So on my counters and stuff, the accuracy deteriorates slightly, and the warm up time takes a bit longer, that kind of thing. So I want to get the rubidium up and running soon, so I thought I'll get some more cables. So I've got some quite nice ones before, and these are supposed to be the same as the other ones I've got, which I can't find right now, but they look different, I think. Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, they're insulated, right? I wanted insulated ends on them. Let's look at this one first. Okay, this is another dash cam, the same as the one I purchased about a month ago. Well, it should be the same anyway. That's the theory. And let's have a look. Cables, mounts the same. Yeah, it all looks exactly the same as the other one. So because that other ones work quite well. It's got quite good resolution. It does like 60 frames a second and stuff like that. So I thought I'd get another one. So here we go. Let's just put this on. If I can open the packet up. Which way is it open? This way. Got this lens thing on here. It's just a polarizing lens. And I'm running it on the other camera already. So I'm just going to fit this one on now because I know I'm going to want it. I showed this before when I did the other one, so I'm not going to go too much into this camera. But all looks exactly the same, so that's all good. The other one, when I purchased it, it came default in Russian. It took me a while to figure out where the menu option is to get English. So no doubt that'll be the same again. Same process, trying to figure out how to get to the thing. So let's chuck this back over the top. And so I'll be putting this into a car. I've actually got a whole bunch of dashcam footage all lined up. Loads of it. I just haven't got around to actually doing anything with it yet. I've got to get it on the computer and copy it all in and whatever. So yeah, I'll chuck it in here like that. As I do for now. I'll sort that out later on. cable. And next thing. Now this sounds disturbing. It may or may not be an issue. It's very plasticky and it's in a crushable container, so you know it's in a bag. So we'll see if it's actually intact. So this is one of the options I had for the rubidium. It appears to be intact. I wasn't sure if I was going to use a plastic case or a metal case, so I actually purchased a few different ones. I don't know if I'm even going to use this, I don't know yet. But oh, that's interesting. Okay. Might explain why that's interesting in a minute. Actually, I will explain. These look almost identical to something that my company used to make. But this the very same sort of dimensions and shape, but it's a different thing. You know, it's made out of a softer material. I can only see 3 small screws there. What are they for? Not still normal stuck in that bag, is it? No, nothing else in that bag. Nothing in this bag? No. Okay. Well, the idea is to say maybe for the rubidium standard. I purchased this based on dimensions. A bow in that. Wow. It's got a ding in it, look. Good job it's on the back. Yeah. We've got a bow in that. It's just, see, it's not supposed to, it's supposed to be straight. I'll get the camera there. There you go. Running the machine too fast. Anyway. So it's got front and rear panels, which in theory will slot into these. Like so. It's got a tilting bail attachment. I'm guessing, I suppose I could put those on the top or bottom, couldn't I? But the yeah, and these are obviously feet, and these are obviously little PCB screws to go inside it. So I mean, it looks okay, but it's yeah, I'm not sure it's up to the quality of what I wanted for the rubidium. So I purchased a few different items for that. A few different boxes. I thought this one looks like a nice little instrument case, you know, so I thought I might just have a look. It wasn't that expensive. It kind of shows, really. Just screws or something. Does this must have threaded inserts in there? I didn't check for that. But yeah, that has to be the bottom because it's got screws on the top for these feet, which go on there also. I mean, that's all right. Isn't it? I think I was saying something. I've forgotten what it was now. Yeah, I'll probably go for a metal box. Yeah, it's got threaded inserts, so the quality's not that bad. But yes, see. We shall see. I'll probably, it's more likely I'll go to a metal box though, rather than a plastic one. I mean, the quality of this doesn't feel that good, and it's okay, but yeah, I think I'd probably want a more robust enclosure. I got this, 'cause I thought I'd have a look. Just stick these in so I don't lose them. It's obviously where they're meant to go. We'll assemble it and put it away in a cupboard, and probably never speak of this ever again. I don't know. I should have had my. I had some snacks a short time ago, and I should have done my usual, you know, This video is brought to you by whatever snack I happen to have in my hand at the time. Should have done that. I've eaten them and they're gone. It was a flake bar. Cadbury flake. That's what I was eating before. Just the little chocolate flake. Anyway. You can imagine it. You can imagine the wrapper and the chocolatey thing, the chocolatey goodness inside it. Yeah, I like chocolate. Anyway. Oh, that one's a bit... the insert's a bit tight. May not matter. Don't really care that much. Alright. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the mailbag, really. I don't want to bore you too much with this, but I probably already have. So yes, there's the box. So these pop out and allow the tilting barrel to be used. Yeah, I mean that's alright. Will I use it for the rubidium? I don't know. Where is my rubidium? Here it is. So it will fit in there. So we'll see. I've got a few other boxes coming, so I'll choose out of the one I think is best at the end of it, I suppose. I mean, this is possible. It'll work. You know, it's got those mounting standoffs in there. I could just drill a couple of holes through this or something, just to hold it in place. Maybe rivet and line it up to a mounting hole, something like that. Put some standoffs in there myself, maybe. That's pretty heavy though, and this is pretty light. I think if I drop this box, it'd probably break it. With that in it, it'd probably just break and crack the box. So anyway, we shall not worry about it too much now. So that's the mailbag for now. Catch you later. Right, so little mailbag. I've got a few bits here. Some of these things I think I'm waiting for. I thought I'd just do a little one. Just see how we go. So let's see what we get. Okay, these are 50 ohm terminators. That's what they're supposed to be, although there's no markings on them. So hopefully that's what they actually are. The pictures showed 50 ohm stamped on them, so I'm going to have to do some testing on these to see if they really are. Let's have a look so I can measure it. Let's see. .51 ohms. Since the lead is 0.3, so yeah, okay. 51. Not quite perfect 50. .51 as well, and come on. This one isn't giving a reading. Might be because I'm probing on, not sure. Let's have a look. Try again. Come on. I was getting something flicking around just now, but not the other ones that just got it straight away. This one might be dodgy. Come back to that one. Right, next one. Ooh. Chocolate. And a present from my wife. I have to enjoy that in a minute. Okay, these are IRLZ 44N. These are MOSFETs. I picked these up for something, I don't remember what. I saw them and I thought, oh, those would be handy to have. Yeah, as usual. next thing. Ah, right. Cool. Even better. You would have seen this on the Volt Log channel as well. If you've seen that channel, if you follow that channel. If you don't, I suggest you go and find Volt Log and subscribe to him. Does some good videos. And I actually ordered these just before he did a feature on these on his channel. So I got these for the Fluke 343A voltage calibrator, which I did a thing on recently. So I got a set of 4 black, five black, 5 red. So plenty of spares, and let's have a look at these things. So they pull apart quite nice. Comes from the back. Because one of the things I'm considering is the insulation, because these have to be an 1000 volt DC supply, so they need to be nice in that regard, and yeah, they sure enough they've got this nice insulating collar. So I actually quite like that. I think those will be fine. I think they're not rated for 1000 volts, but yeah, well, it's not high current or anything like that, so yeah, probably fine. Yeah, I think it's all good. The only thing is whether these posts are too big or not, because we've got these ones. I think it's a 4mm post on there for the actual mounting, but then it's got that large insulator in there, which is what the hole's going to be based on anyway. Compared to these ones which I purchased, which I'm actually not liking because of the fact it's got a black base with a red top. You know, it's okay the black ones, but not the red. So this post is much smaller, and there's no decent insulation gap there. Right, so it's got a slight little step on there on both sides. So I don't actually like these as much. It's okay if you go into a plastic case because it really doesn't matter, but when you go into a metal chassis it matters, because if it's slightly offset or it moves, you're going to short it out. So these ones are actually from J-Car, so they don't actually feel anywhere near as nice as these. So but it's got I bought these because it's got 2 blacks, 2 reds and a green. Well, I bought them in that method anyway. Those are the ones I purchased. I buy them individually. But the green one I'll probably use, but yeah, we'll see. I think it needs a nicer. Yeah, I reckon these will be a goer. That's what I'm going to use. I'll also use red as well, but it's just on the end. But that's absolutely fine. It's good enough. So cool. That's the binding posts at least sorted out for the Fluke. I'm still waiting for some more capacitors to turn up, the extra one which I didn't have enough of. Alright, next thing. Oh yes, right. I saw this mentioned on somebody else's channel. Who was that? I don't remember. Was it Electronics and More? I think that's where I saw it. There you go. So it's a brake fluid tester. The idea is you dip it into the brake fluid and it tells you the moisture content. And no batteries. But it's, some places send batteries, some don't. Depends on how they feel. But the idea is that you just put it in brake fluid and it gives you a reading on here based on percentage of moisture. So that one there just says the battery's okay, and this one's no, less than 2%. So right above that it's reckons it's no good. So I thought it'd be a nice little thing to have to look after the vehicles, because right now I've got no idea. And I think I serviced, well, I've never changed brake fluid in any of my vehicles, but you know, I've never seen any signs of them boiling or anything anyway. So Yep. Oh, that's that. Look at this again. That looks like it just attaches on somehow. Well, I don't know how to actually assemble these things. Let's test these ones again. That's fine, straight away, 51 ohms. 51 ohms, no problem. This one here. Nah. This one's dodgy. So I'm going to have to get bad feedback about that one, I think. Complaining about this one being dodgy. But, yeah, okay. It's probably repairable if I can figure out how to get the thing apart. You want to see how to do it? It's a mystery, isn't it? I've got no idea how to do these. They must be screwed on or something somehow. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. So, have a good one. Just later. Right, so I thought I'd pull this thing apart. Obviously that's what it's supposed to be like. I'm trying to figure out how to get it apart first. So it's basically what I've done is I've broken off this collar. Just cut through it with some big snips I've got here, and cut through that. It broke quite easy. It's obviously just brass which has been coated, and this is very brittle metal. And inside there has a spring and a washer on the back. So these actually go on the back of that. That's slightly deformed now, so it's not the best, but I was trying to force the thing off in the first place. Anyway, so you get a spring and a washer which goes like this, and then there's this retaining washer here, retaining clip. I'm not quite sure how they get this thing on in place. It's quite interesting. I have to try and figure that out. So that's what holds it on, then there's this red washer in front of it. So maybe that gets this pushed in the side or something, and then it goes over the top. But anyway, I haven't got the thing open yet. You can see here there's got little dimples on the side. Well, this is obviously pressed onto the nylon insert there, so I might not be able to get that out very easily. Because even like that would work. You just plug it in, right? Even without the collar and the outside to lock it in place, this will still work. But obviously there's a fault with this one, and I want to get this nylon insert out. So I thought I'd show you some more. I don't care about storing it. I've already lodged a claim on AliExpress saying the thing doesn't work, so you know, I'm not going to be sending it back. So let's have a look. Thought I'd just show what the inside looks like if I can get one out. It's obviously a destructive method. It's not something you could do easily to repair one, which is what I was hoping to do, but it's probably just a bad connection or something like that. But come on, get in there. Okay. I've got something to grab hold of. Hopefully it's enough to be able to get it out. Doesn't really feel like it's going to. No, squash it then. What the hell? That is not going to come out. Right, oh well, just do this then. we go. There's a resistor. Really? It's just pressed against the end? Right, okay. So that gives you some idea about the quality then, doesn't it? So there's the inner pin. Right there. And there's the solder tab. Resistor wasn't even soldered. It's just sitting in there like that. And that in there was just touching against the end of the barrel. Just sitting there like that. So yeah, that's like rubbish really. And from what I can tell, there's actually nothing stopping that resistor from shorting out against the outside of the casing. So you could potentially have a direct short if it wasn't done very well. So these other ones I've got here also aren't very good quality either. But yes, not impressive. So I thought I'd show you what one of those looks like inside. I didn't know myself, now I know. But only buy good quality ones. These are rubbish. Bye.